What is going on, guys? So today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do, but if you do enjoy bass fishing content and mostly fishing related content every day to every other day, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are new. I appreciate it, but enough of all that self-promo. Let's jump straight into today's video. So, pond grass carp fishing. This is something that's not too talked about on YouTube. There are a few videos out there, but none of them really hit the spot. None of them really kind of get to, the right point. So here I am now trying to make a step-by-step process as to how I personally catch grass carp, and I've got a little bit of a twist to it that I don't think a lot of people really do. So starting off with preparation, of course. Preparation, so that consists of gear like rods, reels, all that stuff, terminal tackle. I use a 6.6 medium heavy with 10-pound fluorocarbon and a size like 8 bluegill hook. For gear, it's honestly all about preparation. Nothing really outshines the other. The lighter you go, the better you go, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult to land them. So the lightest you can go with being able to land fish is preferred. For me, that's 10-pound line on a 6.6 medium heavy action rod. So you choose for that, but it doesn't really matter which, rods and reels you choose. Preferably spinning reels, not bait casting. But there is a time for bait casting, but grass carp isn't for bait casting. Also, for preparation, bringing a net. I know I don't really think I need to explain why you need to bring a net, but if you're going to be hooking into a 20+ pound grass carp, a net's going to be pretty useful. Now, something else that I've never seen on YouTube is geese control or duck control, whatever you have at your ponds. Hopefully you have none of them, because I don't want anybody to go through what I have to go through to catch grass carp. But if you do have some sort of duck or geese or bird at your pond that's constantly feeding and eating all your red, then you need to bring a second rod with some sort of lead on it, some sort of weight, something heavy. For me, since I bass fish, I've just got like a swim jig or a chatterbait tied on. Cast that out to the geese or the ducks whenever they're getting ready to eat your bait, and about 1 or 2 of them you can control, but not 5+. So if you got a few geese, then you should be good to go with that. But yeah, I've never seen anyone talk about that, but here I am now. That's something that you really need to have if you do have that problem at your pond. Okay, so now with preparation, the best times to go, because grass carp don't always eat, so you really want to be going post-storm conditions. That's prime conditions, and then early morning and later evenings. You don't want to be going during the middle of the day. They're least active. They're grass carp. They feed on grass. They feed on like small little bugs and stuff like that that fall in the water. So the post-storm is the best way to go because they eat all the grass. They eat all the bugs that go into the water, and they're just straight munching after post-storm. So post-storm conditions, if you can, early mornings from about 7 a.m. to about 1 p.m. and then evenings from about 5 p.m. to about 8 p.m. or sundown basically is definitely the best times to go. Now, last but not least is bait. Bait for me, I'm always throwing bread. I've caught grass carp on tortillas and all sorts of stuff. Pretty much anything that floats and that looks like bread, you're gonna have a good chance of catching fish with. I know a lot of people use like foam as a fake bread. That works fine actually, but I just throw bread and tortillas. I've caught fish on tortillas, so it doesn't really matter to me. I use whole wheat bread as my personal favorite because I feel like it floats and stays on the hook a lot easier. I know other people prefer stuff like more cakey bread, like white bread and stuff. Again, all your preference, but enough talking about preparation. Let's go and head over to the pond and catch some fish. I'll see you guys there.
Alright, so right now it's just a light mist, so I'm able to have this camera out, but I'm going to start off in this area right here. I've seen grass carp here before, so this isn't the best area, but it is not the worst area, so that's good. I have to keep this camera out for a limited amount of time, of course. I can't get this thing too wet, but yeah, we've got geese to the right of me where the main spot is, and I've got a single geese over there, but the good news is he's behind the fountain, so he's not going to really see me chum that well. So I'm going to start chumming all my bread and cereal and stuff like that. I've got a lot of water on the lens, I apologize about that. But we're going to start chumming here, and yeah, I got to get this camera back into its case, and yeah, let's see what we can do. Beautiful day outside today. This is by far my favorite conditions to fish in, so enough talking. Let's see how many grass carp we can catch, see if we can find any, and yeah, should be a great time. Oh, there's a grass carp already, boys. All right, we've spotted our first grass carp of the day. He didn't get spooked. Also, another key thing you want to watch out for is whenever you see your first grass carp, try your best to, well, keep it quiet. I know I'm doing a terrible job of that right now, but try to keep it as quiet as possible and make sure that he doesn't see you. Because then if they do, they're gonna just get 10 times more finicky. So that's the key. I'm gonna try and spot her again. I think I see her. Yeah, I see her, okay. She's going that way, so we're gonna go and place it right about there. Oh, okay, she turned to the right. Well, folks, oh. I think I have her. I've got her, I think. I couldn't tell. I've got her. We're on, okay. That was weird, I didn't even see it. But we are on, folks. Nice. First grass carp of the day, not a giant. And one of the biggest letdowns about these fish sometimes is they really don't fight too hard. So, first grass carp of the day. All right, we gotta get this guy. Hold on a second. Gonna go and get our net. These guys get very spooked once you see the net, so when you're getting ready to net them, go ahead and loosen your drag up quite a bit, or else they will dart away as soon as they see that net. So here we go, and boom, head first. First grass carp of the day. Probably about a 7-8 pounder. Not a bad start. Also with these fish, they're very, very fragile, so you want to try your absolute best to make sure that these fish stay healthy and don't bash up around on the ground too much. I'm on a hill right now, so it's gonna be a bit difficult to handle this guy. But our first fish of the day is a beauty here. I'm gonna give her some water real quick while I set up the cameras and such. Again, this is actually a blind fish. Like I said, a lot of the fish in here are blind. A bit strange, I'm not sure why that is. I'm assuming it might be from a chemical. But here we go. These fish are extremely slippery and slimy, so it's a bit difficult to handle them. So I'm gonna stay as low as possible and go and pick this guy up. His fins are all injured and everything. But yeah, this guy wants to get back in the water. I don't blame him. But check that out. First grass carp of the day. Hopefully many, many more to come. All right, buddy. It is now time for you to leave. Just gotta make sure she's fully healthy. And I think she's ready. Bye-bye. Oh, I got one. All right, I got him. There we go. I was freaking... Okay. I got him. Oh yeah, that's a better one. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That is a better fish right there. Make sure it's a little bit tighter. I was just freaking looking at my GoPro again. It's like when I'm not paying attention, it's when I catch fish. That's a very nice fish right there. But basically what I was doing is I was isolating my piece of bread. I was isolating it away from, it's not that much better, but I was isolating my piece of bread away from all the other ones so it stood out. And this grass carp took advantage of it. I think this might be a virgin. I think this might be a grass, yep. I think this might be a grass carp that's never been caught before. Usually they don't freak out like that too much. I'm gonna have to get this heron out of the way. Yeah, sorry buddy. But yeah, I believe this is a grass carp that I have yet to catch in this pond, so that's pretty cool. Gonna go and get our net. And yeah, beautiful fish. Right here. Make sure again, when she gets close, loosen that drag up quite a bit. Don't want to get too close because sometimes that line will wrap around the end of your rod, and if that happens, fish is gone, snapped right off. Ooh, she is working. All right. Man, like an hour and a half later, we finally hook into another one. All right, drag's pretty loose. Gonna go for another run. That's totally cool. Main key with fishing for some of these grass carp that actually fight, is just to play it out. Don't horse them in. It's the worst possible thing you can do with a grass carp, especially with this guy who has never been caught before. You don't want to horse them in. Look, see? I'm gonna take my time here. I'm gonna play it patient. This guy won't give up. Got him. Got him, baby. There we have it. That's an upgrade, 100%. That is an upgrade right there, folks. Last fish I caught was probably around 9 pounds. This one's probably about 12. Beautiful fish. Yep. This is 100% a fish that I have not caught before. What a beautiful fish right here. Gonna keep them as low as possible to the ground. Make sure they don't sustain any injuries if we can. Look at that beauty. Beautiful fish. Whew. I am so glad I got this guy at the end of the day. Never caught before. Beautiful, beautiful grass carp. Don't want to keep him out of the water for too long. Make sure she's nice and healthy. Probably around 10 pounds. Beautiful, beautiful fish. And yeah, let's get this guy back in the water. I just really want to make sure this fish is healthy. Such a beautiful, beautiful fish. Swam off perfectly good. We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Well, folks, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna wrap it up. This lighting is garbage. I've got like water on the lens, so I apologize about that. But real quick, I just want to kind of go over how I did it today. All my fish, God, it is pouring right now. I gotta get this camera out of the rain, but on both fish today, I caught it on my same setup, my 6'6", medium heavy, 10-pound fluorocarbon line. I used a little bit of a bigger hook instead of those baby bluegill hooks, but basically exactly how I said I was gonna do it. I casted, threw some chum out, made sure that those geese were far, far away. Good news was that since it was raining today and very, very wet, these geese weren't as active as they usually are. So if you've got a geese problem, well, leaf coming in. If you got a geese problem, you might want to stick to the rainy days. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap this outro up here. It's getting real rainy. Can't keep this camera out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, go on and hit that subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, I do post daily to every other day fishing videos, mostly bass, but yeah, that'll be it for today's video. Hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully you learned kind of how I do this style of fishing. Hopefully you learned something new at least, but yeah, you stuck with me the entire way. Thank you so much for watching. Hope I helped, and as always, folks, capture moments, create memories. I'll see you in the next video.